Greetings, 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 peace and blessings. And as I give a moment for people to come in, we'll go ahead and hold this sacred space by calling in the energy of the East, the South, the West, and the North, representing the air, the fire, the water, and the earth. Calling in activating our heart, my heart to your heart as you come in, as well as anchoring us into our earth, anchoring us into the earth and connecting us to our guides, our heaven, our source, where we all energy started flowing from. So as we create that connection, that divine connection, I'm just really grateful to be here. So welcome, 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 welcome. So it's hard to see in this light. Kind of, you can see it better in the dark. I didn't put a truckload on, but I added purple to my hair, just because. Why not? Yay. So all of that to say, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you can see the purple, it only gives a little bit. I was hoping to give y'all a little life today, a little life, a little extra color. Today, we're going to be talking about self-awareness. And I received an invitation to understand more around one specific divine principle, and that she represents the energy. Her name is Akhilandeshvari. Akhilandeshvari. She who is never not unbroken. She's never not broken. She's always broken. And recognizing her as a force, as an energy, welcome and greetings, thank you so much. Recognizing her as a force and honoring her as a presence, I recognize why she would come during this journey to wholeness, as well as not only would she come during this journey to wholeness, but she would come to me from someone who works with the earth. And me, I feel like I work with the heavens, to understand myself better. And maybe may help you understand yourself better on our journey to wholeness, on our journey to being whole. A principle that I use a lot is the energy of Kitsugi. Kitsugi, good morning, everyone. Grand rising, grand rising. The energy of Kitsugi. And Kitsugi is a methodology of taking that which was broken, right? The broken pieces. And you put it back together with gold. You take that which was broken and you put it back together with gold. And it becomes more valuable for the cracks, which you can't determine where they're going to be. You don't know, even I'm going to put the crack right here. Well, that's not how cracks happen, right? And, we can have a controlled demolition. Too much control. There's beauty that comes in allowing, right? And so in our self-awareness, recognizing that we are broken, she's come to teach us that, to accept that, to understand that, so that we don't bypass into this idea of pseudo spirituality of everything's fine, nothing's wrong, I'm okay. All of that language, which I know, we know, she knows, earth knows, is not true. As above, so below. And we are journeying through. So in my world, there are times where I've had people say, why are you still going through the same thing? Not recognizing that it's a new day, so it's not the same thing. It might be the same color, it might be the same frequency, but it's not the same thing. It's the thing in a new way. I'm experiencing it in a different way. And this is how I've been able to accept the process of the refining of my gold, right? I want to be refined in my gold. I want my gold purified. I want the broken pieces, the things inside of me that no longer serve me, to be removed so that I can be received, so that I can be elevated, so that I can be whole in my brokenness. That I don't deny it. That when I find that I have a new thing that I didn't realize, that's broken too. Oh, never not broken. We are never not broken. And when we begin to recognize, reconcile, come to peace, come to terms in the going through. So you can't get over it. You know the story, going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. Oh, what a beautiful day. We're not scared. Oh no, pain. Big, scary pain. I can't get over it. And I can't get under it. Oh no, I gotta go through it. That's what we are learning. And we're learning that we're gonna have to carry who we are with us. And it's what keeps us from painting all over other people, right? It's what keeps us from spilling our brokenness on top of others because we're not aware. When we begin to become aware that on that new day, you're being faced with your brokenness in a different way. Yeah. She came to teach us. Akhilandeshvari, I learned of her. I will write her name. If someone wants to look it up, Akhilandeshvari. Akhilandeshvari. Not very well known for now. I think that her presence is very, very felt on our earth as an aspect of the divine feminine, as a strong aspect of the divine feminine, that we need to stop pretending that it's not broken and continuing on in lack of giving respect to our brokenness. And it's not that we have to stay there. You can stay as long as you need to. It's your process. For me, that's why it's about coming through as gold. Coming through in the frequency of love. Like, love is the only thing I've been able to use to pull me through. It's the only thing that pulled me through my brokenness. I tell you, I met one woman who came to me in her heart. I did a show outside for my friend who's actually watching. Can I say your name out loud? VK. I was at her show, or an event that she was doing as a celebration of life. And I shared this song, Grand Rising Beautiful Souls. As I shared this song about transformation and coming back to ourselves, she came and she stood by the stage and she just wept. She just wept, and I could see that spirit was moving through her, and she was so kind and so gentle, and I knew that we would need time, so we made that contact, and she gave me the space to take care of the people who were just in the light and awe, and then I could come to her, and we had conversation, and she talked to me about what happened because she waited too long to forgive. She waited. She said, in her language. Okay, so it's my friend Valerie Keys. She's an amazing woman. She's an amazing woman, and I love her dearly. And she had an amazing event that I was able to support. And this woman was able to be blessed because of it, because she came to me and she said, as she wept, and waited too long. My family, everyone kept telling me I needed to forgive. I needed to find a way to get through this. And I didn't believe them until he died. She's speaking about her father. And she realized that he had been trying to, she had refused to acknowledge his attempts and even his brokenness. And I think she came to me because I was someone who went to stand against my accuser. I stood against them. I stood against an accuser. It's about 27. Very heartbroken. I'd lost one of my favorite aunts. Heartbroken. We're at the funeral. I'm going through. We lived the same life. So much pain. She was a family songbird. I was a songbird. And I come to one of the people who caused me deep pain in my people, in my kinship group. It caused me deep pain. And as I stood, and they were like, I didn't do it. And they denied, and they denied, and they denied. And I was like, I will not leave until we acknowledge this. I cannot. Until we deal with this. And I watched him crumble in front of me. And the message was, what about me? What about me? And it sent me in a spiral. It sent me into a spiral of how deep the pain goes. Where do we stop finding the hurt? Where is the last hurt? Where is the splinter? Where is the thorn? Where is that stone in our shoe? Where is that peace inside of us that we cannot bring out? That is still causing us to suffer because we will not accept that we are broken. In fact, we'd rather deny our brokenness to the extent of causing great calamity and pain than to acknowledge this ain't working. So she came to me. I think she may have felt it. And as she came to me and she felt it, she's crying, she's weeping. She says, please write a song about forgiveness. Please write a song about forgiveness. People have to know, and I believe that your voice will be the voice that they can hear. I haven't written that song yet, but I honor her because I'm clear that I'm going to have to. There are things that I have forgiven that some people think are unforgivable, but I didn't forgive it for them. I forgive it because I get to see them. My attacker, when that man was standing in my room with that knife, I'm going to get it today. I saw his brokenness, but he could not see it. And so he brought me his pain, and I would have to live or die based on what happened with this broken being in my life. So how do we do this? How do we access the love? How do we become self-aware enough to stay connected to the love? By looking for our part, going in, being inside of what keeps us there. And you'll find it. And I tell you, if you're going to do this work, I encourage you to do this work of wholeness. That includes our broken pieces, to become aware of it. My prayer is, Creator, remove from me all things that are barriers to my love. Creator, remove from me all things that stand in the way of love. And what you'll find is your stories are going to change. Your beliefs are going to change because you're going to begin struggling with beliefs that have held you, that are now constraining you from the calling of love. There are parts of you, stories and agreements, because it's this way. And if you hear that tone, you know that it's fighting to live. If there's a part of you that is, I don't want to go, it's fighting to live. You have to be aware of it, and you have to pin it down, and you have to hold true to it. Love is greater. Not saying that you have to stay with someone who's causing you harm. That is not what I'm saying. Boundaries are safe. Boundaries are needed. We are all sovereign beings. You get to be in spaces, places with people who support you and love you. But I must say that many people, many children have suffered and are suffering because their parents have yet to acknowledge their own brokenness. In fact, they just, well, it happened to me, you'll be fine. Numb, that they have become the very same vessel of pain that was their tormentor because they may have detached from their pain. And we look back, well, what about my parent? What about their parent? Well, what about their parent? What about the stories that have led us to this place? And at a certain point, We can go all the way back to the first broken place. But when we honor the energy of Akhilandeshvari as a consciousness, a deep consciousness, we begin to understand that she has never not been broken. She has always been broken, because there will always be a new thing that comes that may cause pain. That's growth sometimes. We call them growing pains. When we want to build our bodies, we tear muscles. When you work out, you're tearing muscles until you have pain. We render ourselves unto the light to be transformed. We render ourselves unto love to be transformed. This ain't no, I'm not laughing. I'm just, y'all, it ain't no joke, but it's so worthwhile. Becoming self-aware means that you can now be safe. People can trust you with you because you're at least aware enough to say, oh, I caused pain. And manners become common. It becomes easier to say, excuse me. It becomes easier to say, thank you. It becomes easier to say, you're welcome. It becomes easier to be someone who walks and moves in an intent to do no harm. Even when you have to do harm, you are aware that the person coming to you is still someone who themselves is still broken. You can see it. You begin to see the broken beings and your compassion grows. At least that's my story. That's been my journey. Doesn't have to be yours. Yours will be specific. I'm just saying, love calls me through. Love calls me through. I have had so many activation points where I'm now challenging stories of what's acceptable and what's not acceptable on different levels. I thought I had already settled down on what was acceptable and what wasn't acceptable. And here I am again, reinventing, realigning, reassessing what is acceptable and not acceptable. And right now, I know that I'm learning myself even more. You know, like sometimes you're like, isn't it done yet? I'm like, no. Forever child, forever student, forever learning, forever seeking approval, forever wanting to be seen, forever desiring to be loved, forever wanting joy, forever expressing my pain, forever being hungry, forever needing to be fed, forever becoming. We are becoming, which means that we're always going to be being undone to be reformed. And it seems like it's still the same me. You know, we move into the same me and we look and we see it's not the same me. It's the me that I'm longing for, I'm yearning for, I'm yearning. How about that? Your self-awareness allows you to be true in I am yearning. I am yearning to be seen. So I'm going to see myself. I'm yearning to be heard. So I'm going to hear what the pain and the feelings in my body have to say. I'm yearning to be loved. So I'm going to feed myself good food and drink good water and make sure I take baths and do silly things and make sure that I can bring love and how it feels into my life. I'm yearning to have connections. So I'm doing what's necessary to connect with people and places and ways and spaces that I can, because it allows me, you all allow me to connect. When you connect with me, I get to connect with you. And that's priceless, right? You have this whole world, this whole wide world that, given the opportunity to, we all will experience some type of happiness, I pray. Some type of joy, I pray. But until we get there, we're going to have to be aware that I feel pain, you feel pain too. I know what it looks like. It looks like you. That's what my pain looked like. I see it on you. You begin to see the world differently and you move differently in it. And people begin to say, they saw me. And it settles a part of them that never thought it would be seen. When you can say to your child, I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm doing my best. And you may not see yourself, but I want you to know that I love you, and I pray that you can see me. And it is my intention that you see me too. When we move into this space of awareness, we begin to take it all in. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not telling you to become some guru, but you will become a greater you. And you will likely become compelled to teach and share, because people will say, how did you change? Can you tell me something? And your heart will hear their yearning, and you will have to open your voice, open your mouth, let your heart come through your demonstration. I learned that word from my great friend Valerie too. The power of demonstration. Allowing your work, your love, your practice to be your prayer. So again, the name of the goddess is Akhilandeshvari, and I keep looking at it because it's important to me. I love her name, Akhilandeshvari, Akhilandeshvari, Akhilandeshvari. I love her name because she knows. She knows us better than we know ourselves, that we are ever becoming, moving forward in fertility, moving forward in light, moving forward in love, being activated upon. We have to be whole and complete, which includes the divine feminine and the divine masculine and the divine neutral state. It moves either way. But when we know this, the journey becomes an exploration, and you can begin to decide to tune into the frequency of joy. You can choose to explore this pain so that it can teach you. You can say, if I'm going to put my energy and effort anywhere, even if it simply means I'm going to pray about this and journal about this and give light to this, that one day it can be received, that my love can be received, especially by those people who we know and love and value. Our fathers, our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, our children, our friends, many of them wrapped up and cannot see, caught up in what our society has said is acceptable. And so you stepping outside of it, I don't know what's wrong with them. They're weird. That's what they are. They're weird. Talking about love and light and stuff. That's weird. And the earth loves us still. We still get rain and wind and sunshine. The sunshine is heating us up, right? It's causing us to release sweat from our skin and our pores, and we're being purified by this heat. And soon come, we'll be purified by the cold. We'll be preserved, and we'll have to go in, and we'll have to see what's inside of us, what the heat that will go into our torpid state, which is what bees do. I love bees. I'm so random. And that's okay. And somebody else may have needed to know about that. So, yeah, we'll become like the bears who know how to go within during the winter and how to forage for what they need in the summer. We'll fly like the heron. We'll stand mighty like the elk. We'll remember and love like the elephant. We will be close to the earth, the belly of the earth, like the snake. We get to be all of these things. We get to incorporate the animal energy. We get to incorporate the elemental energy. We get to be perfect, whole, and complete, even in our brokenness. So, I am self-aware. Going into the self can be scary, but I love you so much, and I'll be here with you while you go through. I will be here with you while you go through. And as we journey through, we get to witness how many more will be coming onto this path of light, love, and manifestation along with us. The many people in my group, I look around and I'm like, more and more and more, and it makes me excited because I know that the shift is here. We're going to do our song now. Oh, we didn't do our text. I'm tripping. I've been talking. Oh my gosh. I think we almost got the lesson, but I'm going to go ahead and see if there's anything from our text that is speaking to us today. Spiritual Growth by Sanahara Ama. The title is Being Your Higher Self. We're really going to be talking about what it means to be in those high places. It's a practice. I tell you, the path to practice is no joke. But it's where you get the real benefits. So no shortcuts. No shortcuts. No shortcuts. You just got to go through every day. So let's see. The more expansive your thoughts, the more expansive the reality you create. Your creativity and imagination are two important keys in making a better reality of yourself. You need to be creative to work with things as energy, and you need to use your imagination to picture the results you want. When you use your creativity and imagination, you can expand your ideas of what is possible for you to have and thus create a better life for yourself. You can learn to be creative. All of you have experienced moments of creativity, sudden insights, new visions of the way something could be done, and bursts of inspiration. The only difference between people who think they are creative and people who think they aren't are their beliefs about their creativity. Start telling yourself that you are a creative person. You have the ability to generate new ideas that will take you to higher levels in your life and work. Stop for a moment and think of something you would like to improve. Then be creative and picture something even better than you have yet imagined in this area. Don't accept your current circumstances as the best you'll ever have. Don't believe people when they tell you something is impossible to create. When you know how to create with energy and light, anything is possible. So this is from page 34 in Spiritual Growth. Thank you all for being with me this morning. We're going to do our sound healing now. Self-awareness. So you got to get clear on those thoughts. You got to get clear on those behaviors. You got to get clear on those triggers. You got to get clear. We'll never not be broken. Just a new day to experience what it feels like to work with it as a part of being whole. I appreciate you all for being with me. And let's go ahead and create some sound medicine to kind of hold in and seal in this frequency. Thank you. Oh, this will be on YouTube. So if you have to leave and come back, my videos, I posted all there. So you can come and take a look at it as you need to. And if you're new to catching in, they're there. The last 9 days. Today's day 10. And some other stuff too. All right. Broken and whole. Yeah, yeah, that's be. So let us be vulnerable in our living, so we can feel and see. Let us be revealed to know who we are, so that we can shine like the brightest star. exactly who I am. Yes, I'd like to be exactly who I am. I will go, I am brave, I'll be strong just today. I will go, I am scared, will you go with me? Ooh, we go together. I will walk with you. Hearts as light as a feather. It's okay to be broken. It's time to reveal. Time for us to feel, so that we can heal. I give thanks to know that it is okay to be broken. I am aware, and I hear my heart sing when I hear certain tones played. Love calls me forward. Love calls me home. It's what allows me to be, shine, live in light. So I welcome you into your own self, into your own journey, to explore, be activated, and shine brilliantly where you can, how you can, with those you can. We go together, me and you and me. We create a family. Akhilandeshvari. 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 She, never not broken. Blessings, everyone. Be well.